So I've done a video on this truck, but I scrapped it because it was garbage. So let's go ahead and let's try this again. We got hit with some weather. As you guys know, Hurricane Debbie is ripping through right now, which we actually have a breeze. This is probably one of the first days that we have where there's really not a whole lot of humidity, so thank God for that. It's been nice working weather. And speaking of working, since we have a yard to clean up, let's use the truck to do it. We're going to talk about it. Might as well use it, right? I had to leave you guys on the steering column so you could get that shake, so you could live the moment with me. Hopefully that should balance there, but anyway, so one thing that's really cool, that in the short, if you guys look at it, there's a bunch of exhaust smoke when the truck starts that comes out from under the hood. And that is because our exhaust is actually blocked. Now, I got under there with the Sawzall and I cut it, but because of all the years that this truck sat, all of the critters, they found their way into different rust holes in the exhaust, and they made their homes, they made their colonies in there. So this thing is, I'm gonna hold on to there. Yeah, regretting this. But yeah, they made their custom little homes in there, and yeah, I am so worried. So the truck still doesn't have brakes, so trying to two-hand that's a little easier said than done. But anyway, like I said, the exhaust is all packed up with shit, so we got to put an exhaust on it. So glad that we had figured that out, but there's still plenty more to do on this thing. Buckle up, bitch. Before everybody gets all wound up, yes, I do have an extension cable for that there PMD. Now we got a lot to catch up on. Alright, Well, if you look down yonder, you could see some red fuel line there. We had a massive fuel leak there that we tracked down. Got that handled. Again, we had a ground here. Got that handled. And before y'all flip out too, these are temporary fixes. That there's a reason why I haven't put brakes on this thing yet, because I'm still working shit out in the yard. I mean, I've been using it for yard cleanup and also testing out my cameras and mounts and all that other fun jazz. But I want to run it, keep putting heat in the motor and the transmission, because if it goofs up, I want it to do it here in the yard. I do have a piece of 4-inch that I'm going to put here, and I've got a filter as well. So we're going to go ahead and do that, considering that our intake is trash. We do have us a DIY, what the hell is that thing? Turbo Master, that's it. Is that loose? Some bitch. That bottom bolt's loose. See, that's why we test this stuff first. That's 100% why we test this stuff first. So we got to tighten that up. Our AC compressor did freeze up on us, so that's actually Ironhide's original AC delete pulley. We will be deleting the vacuum pump, doing away with that, just because it's, you know, something there that doesn't need to be. Thankfully this thing sat forever, so we didn't need to vac anything down, so that's good. Even though in a previous video we deleted all that shit. Got to fix some wiring there. I need an engine coolant temp sensor, and then I need the temp sensor that goes in the crossover there as well. I'm not exactly 100% sure if I talk to you guys about brakes, but the brake line, typical Chevy, the brake line that leads to the back where it splits at the differential there, that's leaking. And then our passenger front side, that line, she's leaking like a sieve too. So there's absolutely nothing in that reservoir. So we've gotten, well, I've always been able to do it. Always been able to, you know, bump the old neutral and drive her that way. So yeah, but again, the video was to talk about the truck. Selfishly, it was also to try out different camera mounts and this, that, and the other, but also clean up my yard. And I was trying to figure out how can I be efficient and mess with things and this, that, and the other. So there's that. But we got to get back into our wiring under the hood, because we have our third brake light up top works, but we don't have anything back here, and I'm pretty sure that I have found that harness. And so we're just, this truck is, it's what my boss likes to call filler work, and that's essentially what we're doing, is just kind of making filler work out of it. You know, like I said, we're running the thing around the property and just using it where we can. I mean, hell, I let the kids drive it, not without an adult, obviously, because it'd be ridiculous. I don't feel like I should have to explain that, but apparently I have to over-explain everything nowadays. Let me put a wheel weight there. But anyway, yeah, as we keep moving forward on things, we're gonna keep. I'm gonna keep you guys in the loop as well, because I mean, we don't even have coolant in this thing anymore. It's just water. I'm flushing the system that way, but I'm also looking for leaks, because yeah, it's gonna happen. The big win is we got the critters out from under the hood, and you know, we run this thing enough now where they're not doing it anymore. But we will be getting a good couple barn days. Well, I don't know if I'd call them barn days. They're probably gonna be more like, focus baby, more like gonna be, you know, overhang carport days. I guess that's what you could call that. But boy, it's nice and quiet out here, and that's just the way I like it. So anyway, yeah, that's that. We'll be working on brakes, suspension, steering, and wiring. Wiring's a big one on this thing moving forward. A little bit of fab work left to do, and we are gonna have to rip the dash apart because that's where the dead mouse smell and the rat shit and piss smell is coming from. And just like our 454 dually back in the day, for those of you guys that have been around long enough, you guys remember that that thing didn't make heat, and it didn't make heat because it sat in a field for a couple years, so the rodents got in there. This thing's been sitting for well over 10 years, so yeah, gonna be bad news bears when we get in there. But like anything else, we'll get it handled. It's the old square dash. I prefer it. It's a lot easier. I prefer to work with it. She still heard me. But anyway, that's our update for right now. Oh yeah, we did drive this thing. We took it out. It goes through all the gears. The suspension and steering on this thing is actually like mint. She goes through all the gears. That's good. It was actually way out on these back roads that we lost brakes on it, so we had to limp her home. Lil was kind of freaking out, but you know, when you grew up driving shit boxes, you know, it's second nature. So anyway, that's what I got for you guys. I'm going to enjoy this peace and quiet, this solitude, for as long as my brain will let me. So anyway, that's what I got for you. Take care, God bless, be good to one another, and we will see you on the next one.